mathematicians. Today we're going to be learning about multiplication with decimals, and we're going to be multiplying by 3-digit numbers. To get us started, we're going to multiply 20 4/10 times 3 21/100. To make this easier to multiply, we're going to write it vertically. And now to make that easier to multiply, we're going to rewrite it without any decimals. You don't have to do this step unless it's easier for you to visualize how to multiply without the decimals. Now, here we just multiply normally. So, 1 times 4 is equal to 4. 1 times 0 is equal to 0. 1 times 2 is equal to 2. Before we start multiplying with a 2, we're going to add a 0 as a place value holder for the ones place. 2 times 4 is equal to 8. 2 times 0 is equal to 0. 2 times 2 is equal to 4. And then before we start multiplying with a 3, we're going to add 2 place value holders. So 3 times 4 is equal to 12. Bring up the 1. 3 times 0 is equal to 0, but don't forget to add that 1, so we get 1. 3 times 2 is equal to 6. And then we take these values down here and add them together. So 4 plus 0 is equal to 4. 0 plus 8 plus 0 is equal to 8. And then we have 2 plus 0 plus 2, and that is equal to 4. And then we have 4 plus 1, which is equal to 5. And finally, we have nothing plus 6, and that equals 6. So, once we're done multiplying, remember that that answer isn't for our original problem because we took the decimals away. So we're going to take that bottom value, rewrite it. We're going to put a decimal point at the end of it. And then we're going to look at our original problem and ask ourselves, how many digits do we have after decimals here? So here we have 3 digits in total after the decimal place. And so we're going to take this decimal and move it 3 decimal places to the left in order to get our final answer. So that means that 20 4/10 times 3 21/100 is equivalent to 65 484 thousandths. So let's do another example. Here we have 3 419 thousandths times 405. First, we're going to write this vertically. Then, we're going to rewrite it without any decimals. And then we're just going to multiply normally. So 5 times 9 is equal to 45. Bring down the 5, bring up the 4, and then we're going to do 5 times 1, which is 5, plus the 4 makes that 9. And then 5 times 4 is equal to 20. Bring down the 0, bring up the 2, and then we have 5 times 3 is equal to 15, plus the 2 on top is equal to 17. Then we're going to add a place value holder. 0 times 9 is 0. 0 times 1 is 0. 0 times 4 is 0. 0 times 3 is equal to 0. Now, before moving on to the 4, we're going to add 2 place value holders. 4 times 9 is 36. Bring down the 6, bring up the 3. 4 times 1 is 4, plus the 3 on top is 7. 4 times 4 is 16. Bring down the 6, bring up the 1. And then 4 times 3 is 12, plus the 1 on top makes that 13. So we're going to add these values together. 5 plus 0 is equal to 5. 9 plus 0 is equal to 9. 0 plus 0 plus 6 is equal to 6. 7 plus 0 plus 7 is equal to 14. Bring up the 1. 1 plus 1 plus 0 plus 6 is equal to 8. Nothing plus 3 is equal to 3. And nothing plus 1 is equal to 1. So we're going to take that bottom value and rewrite it. And then at the very end, we're going to add a decimal point. Now we're going to look at our original problem and see how many numbers do we have after the decimal place. And in this case, it is 3. So that means we're going to take this decimal and move it 3 decimal places to the left to get our final answer. So 3 and 419 hundredths times 405 is equivalent to 1,384 and 695 thousandths. And now let's do our final example. Here we have 4 and 134 10,000ths times 2 tenths. We're going to take this problem and rewrite it so that it's vertically and easier for us to multiply. Then we're going to rewrite it without decimals. Now, you don't need the 2 zeros in front of the 2, but I just put it there so you could visualize it if you did need to see it. Then we multiply normally. 2 times 4 is equal to 8. And then 2 times 3 is equal to 6. 2 times 1 is equal to 2. 2 times 0 is equal to 0. 2 times 4 is equal to 8. Now, we don't have to multiply with these zeros, but I'm just going to do it anyway so that you could see it. 0 times anything is 0, so we're just going to write out these zeros. And then moving on to our third 0, add those place value holders. And again, 0 times anything is just 0. You don't have to do this step. I just rewrote the problem with the zeros so that you could visualize it. And then when we add this, we get the original amount that we first got before we added the zeros. Then here's 0 plus 0, and 0 is just 0. So we're going to take that final answer and rewrite it with a decimal at the very end. So looking at our original problem, you notice that we have 4 digits after the decimal point here, and then 2 digits after the decimal point here. So in total, we have 6 digits after the decimal place. The thing is that our number does not have 6 digits, it's only a 5-digit number. So when we move it, we have to add another 0 there so that we can move 6 decimal places to the left. And then add a decimal point and add another 0 in front of it. All right, so that is it for multiplying with decimals when we're multiplying by 3-digit numbers.